Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So I've been away on YouTube for a couple of weeks now, I think. Um, because of work, I've been swamped with work. That's why I wasn't able to film on weekends because I usually film on weekends. And all I did now recently was just, sleep and take a rest during weekends. So yep, self-care first. Okay, all right, so for today's video, this is a request coming from one of the commenters in one of my videos, and she was asking how do I take care of my bags. So I'll give you some tips of what I'm currently doing. It might not apply to you, but this is how I take care of my bags. I've been collecting bags for quite some time now, so far all my bags are well taken care of, and that I'm proud to say. So maybe these tips are working, right? So for the first tip, I usually stuff my bags. So let me get one bag. So what I usually do, if it's really a structured bag, then it's not a problem. But if it's not, I don't like it to get slouchy because of how I store it. I'm fine if it gets slouchy if I use it all the time, but if it's just I storing it, then that's not really good, right? So what I do, and mostly I do it, I think for most of my bags, is I buy a bag stuffer that I put inside, just to ensure that the bag keeps its shape. So this one is from Love My Bags. So they have an Instagram page, and yeah, and you can just choose any company that produces this one. I think some people are saying that it's pretty expensive, but for me, in the long run, it really helps keeping the bag's shape. So that's why I invest in this type of stuffers. So most of my bags have this. Before, I just used whatever stuffing comes with the bag. So there are like papers or air, what do you call that thing, the plastic air bags. But I've read, I think somewhere, that especially since I live in Manila, it's a humid country, so paper is not a recommended stuffer because it might stick inside the bag. So that's why I decided to have to invest in these stuffers. So these are cloth, and I think there is cotton inside. So yeah, so for most of I think there are companies that really customize their stuffers according to the bag, so you might want to look at those companies. So I just put it like this and I store it. And whenever I store my bags, I put them in their own what do you call this, dust bag. So this one is my dust bag for this Celine. So yeah, so I usually store it because I store it in a cabinet. I don't have a display case for my bag, so I usually just I just put my bags inside the cabinet. So yeah, that's my first tip. The second tip related to that is you store it properly. Okay, so don't shove it just inside your cabinet, because remember, some bags may be out of shape. because you just shove it under, like inside your cabinet. As much as possible, store it in a standing position so it won't be, distorted if you just lay it down like this and then put some stuff above it. So yeah. Okay, so that's my second tip. You store it properly, as much as possible in a standing position. Okay, so the third tip is, don't hang the bag straps of your bag on bag hooks, especially if your bag is leather. If the strap is leather, because, and it happened to me. As you can see, this is my Celine Sangle bag. I tried hanging it because I was using it and I want it to be, available once I want to use it. And then I'm not sure if you can see clearly, but there are some distortions in the leather, and this is because I hang it like this. So it's a lesson. It's a painful lesson learned for me. It doesn't bother me as much, but whenever I see this, I feel a bit sad because it's really my fault. So in case that you want to hang your bags on those, like, the wall hooks inside your bedroom, you can just put your bags inside your dust bag, and this is what you use to hang them, right? Not the bag strap itself. I think for the other type of bag straps, that's fine, but not for leather. So that's my third tip. So my fourth tip is, if your bags get wet, so here in Manila we are experiencing sudden showers or rain showers, and if in case your bag gets wet, what I usually do is I wipe it immediately with a cleansing wipe that is non-alcoholic, so that this will be good for your canvas bags and also for your nylon bags. So you can use wet wipes for that are non-alcoholic, just to ensure you will not destroy the bag. I wipe it down and then I just let it dry for around 24 hours, so I don't store it immediately. If you have leather bags, I would suggest using the microfiber cloth to wipe the bags gently and then let it dry as well. So that's my fourth tip. For my fifth tip, so as I mentioned earlier, I store my bags inside the cabinet. So it's because you don't store your bags with direct sunlight. So as much as possible, store your bags in a low light. So don't store them directly, direct sunlight. And then I also use a dehumidifier inside the cabinet. So I think there are cheap ones that you can buy online or even on the stores. So I use them because this is very humid here in Manila. So as much as possible, I want to, the moist, because the humidifier traps the moisture inside an enclosed space. So instead of going to the bags, so any additional or extra moisture gets trapped in the dehumidifier, so it won't destroy your bags. I've been using that method for so long, and so far it works for my bags, whether it's leather or canvas or nylon. So I think that will be a very good tip. Okay, and then the next one, which I recently discovered, is that For those chain straps, for those bags, you can actually, um, what do you call this, buy a chain wrap. So this is from Love My Bags again. So if you remember earlier, I also bought some bag stoppers from them. So depending on the size of your bag, they customize this. And you actually just to show you how it's done, it's called the chain wrapper. So what I do is just from this, I just put the straps here inside, okay, and then just strap it. Okay, so this is very helpful because it will prevent the chain straps from leaving indentations in your bag. So I've tried this first to see if it works, and so far so good. I don't worry about, you know, the chain destroying the shape or some parts of the bag. So I'm planning to buy more for my bags that have chain straps, and I think this is the proper way to store it. It will not have any creases here as well because you have this protection. So highly recommend chain wraps. So yeah. And the last tip that I have is I air out my bags every, I think, 2 to 3 months, because to be honest, I have so many bags and I don't rotate them like as quickly as I can, because I usually use bags once, like for a week, for the week. So I don't normally change out my bags in the middle of the week, especially during work days. So some of my bags are stored for like 1 to 2 months. So that's so what I do is I just took them out of the cabinet and let them breathe, especially for leather. I think that's very helpful. So I just leave them for, let's say, half a day. So not direct sunlight. I just put them on my bed and have it, you know, just for them to breathe. So that goes mostly for my leather bags, but I also do it for my nylon and canvas bags. And that's actually the time where I inspect my bags and see if there are any damages from storage or anything else. So yeah, so I think that one is also very helpful, especially if you have bags that you haven't used for quite some time now. So just let them breathe, and you know, and to take them out of their dust bags. So yeah, that's my final tip. If you have any questions or if you have additional tips, please leave them down on the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you stay safe and take care. Bye.